Coming up on Valley News Live at 6, the end of the school year also marks the end for a Minnesota school. We'll take you there.
Fargo's mayor declares an end to COVID and explains why he feels that way.
And no slowing down when it comes to gambling, despite the chances of getting COVID. Valley News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 6.
New tonight at 6, a Northern Valley Elementary School closed its doors today for the last time. The closure of Norman County West Elementary School in Hendrum, Minnesota comes after a continuous decline in enrollment.
Earlier this year, Norman County West and Ada Borup agreed to merge, forming Ada Borup West School District. Valley News Team's JC Dodd was there today as teachers and students said their emotional goodbyes.
This time of year, most students and teachers celebrate the end of another school year and the beginning of summer. But this year's final bell signaled the last goodbye.
Just, cherish your small schools. You don't know when they're going to be gone.
Many Hendrum residents say they saw the elementary school's closure coming, and even though it's here, the memories made in the building will live on. Steve Harrington grew up in Hendrum and attended the school from kindergarten until he graduated in 1969.
It's sad. It's in a small town, everything centers around the school.
The elementary school served 74 pre-K through 5th grade students from Hallstatt, Pearly, Shelley, Georgetown, and Hendrum.
A lot of memories.
There were many tears shed and hugs given as the town celebrated the students on their last day ever as a Norman County West Panther.
I love Norman County West.
A parade led by fire trucks drove around Hendrum as the kids waved goodbye to their teachers, friends, and school. Mayor Kurt Johannesson says they have plans to repurpose the building for the community and that the closure of the elementary school does not mean the same for the town of Hendrum.
In fact, we are alive and thriving.
In Hendrum, JC Dodd, Valley News Live.
The students of Norman County West Elementary will be moved to surrounding schools in the Ada Borup West School District, depending on where they live.
We need Hutch to do some explaining. Would he consider today as being windy or breezy? And more importantly, will it continue tonight? Hutch?
Mike, judging by your hair, I don't think we had any wind at all out there. It looks looking good. All right, taking a look at some peak gusts today, though. Gusting to nearly 40 miles per hour in Rolla. That's pretty windy, Mike, but here in Lakes Country, the trees slowed that air down just a little bit. This morning, mighty chilly. Temperatures in the 20s and 30s for many, but take a look at these. Mid-20s from Rolla all the way to Holton. I'm going to have to move out of the way for this one. Can you say teens? Stephen at the River Gauge, 17 degrees, your morning temperature. Now, a look at our conditions tonight. Will be frosty and the coolest weather out in our eastern counties for central Minnesota. Right now, we're enjoying breezy conditions, Mike, with a few gusts here and there that might make it windy in your neighborhood. Clouds building in from the west. Those clouds will blanket in our warmth, so we won't get as cold tonight, but we have unsettled weather on the way for Saturday. I'll have hour-by-hour details what you can expect with some rain moving its way through the region, maybe a rumble of thunder, and yes, we may have some wind as well. I'll spell all that out here in just a minute.
Tough crowd in here today.
That's okay. I can take it.
Okay, a stretch of I-94 near Rothsay, Minnesota is back open after a semi rolled across the westbound lanes this morning. Exit 38 was closed, traffic rerouted for several hours as the contents of the trailer were scattered across the road and in the ditch. The Minnesota State Patrol says no one was hurt.
A convicted sex offender from Detroit Lakes is on the run and now considered to be a wanted fugitive. Authorities say Robert Baca has been last seen since May 15th. He was convicted of felony criminal sexual conduct in Becker County and has since been charged with violating sex offender registration requirements multiple times. If you know where he is, call authorities.
Fargo Mayor Tim Mahoney said today COVID is over. The mayor is citing low case counts and viral spread as well as high vaccination rates. He said about 55 to 60% of residents have been vaccinated already. He also said that based on testing done with Fargo's wastewater, it's basically disappeared and Fargo may reach herd immunity soon.
And this thing's disappeared. I mean, come on, take your summer back.
The mayor also says masks will no longer be required in city buildings starting Monday. Coming up tonight on Valley News Live at 10, Aaron Walling spoke to health officials to get their reaction on the mayor's statement today. Nearly all of Minnesota's statewide COVID restrictions are lifted. The state's remaining capacity limits on indoor spaces were lifted overnight. The mask mandate was lifted earlier this month. Some of the restrictions still in place are cities or businesses requiring masks and wearing a mask on public transportation.
Beginning Tuesday, June 1st, Essentia Health will be giving COVID-19 vaccinations at 3 centralized locations. They will be available between 8:30 in the morning and 4:30 in the afternoon at Essentia Health clinics along South University, 32nd Avenue South, and along Bellesley Boulevard in Moorhead. Vaccinations are available to anyone age 12 and older. You do not need to be a patient of Essentia Health to receive a vaccination. Anyone under the age of 18 must have parent or legal guardian consent. Meanwhile, starting on Tuesday, Essentia Health will administer all COVID-19 vaccines at these locations on your screens. All 3 vaccines will be available. You must be 12 or older to get one. Walk-ins and schedule appointments are available, and you can find more information on our website at valleynewslive.com.
A Minnesota gubernatorial candidate is backing a court action to stop COVID-19 vaccinations for 12 to 16-year-olds. Scott Jensen compared the vaccinations to the inoculations of Nazi experimentation on imprisoned Jews. Jensen is a family physician and former state senator from Chaska. He is the first named plaintiff in a petition filed by America's Frontline Doctors in federal court in Alabama. The petition calls the vaccine dangerous biological agents. Jensen says he didn't read the group's entire petition before endorsing it.
The pandemic certainly didn't slow North Dakotans' appetite for gambling, with more than $881 million wagered on games of chance in the state in fiscal 2020. That's a more than 50% increase from the previous year. Electronic pull tab gambling accounted for nearly $711 million of wagers in fiscal 2020. That amount has grown nearly tenfold in just 2 years.
The long Memorial Day weekend marks the traditional start to summer and kicks off recreational boating season. And as you get ready to hit the lake, there are a few things to remember to keep yourself and others safe. Remember to have life jackets on all the time. In Minnesota, 90% of the victims in boating deaths are not wearing a life jacket. Do not drink while boating. Boating under the influence is illegal and the single greatest factor in deadly accidents. Check your safety equipment. Own your wake. Make sure it's under control. And make sure you know Minnesota's boating laws and regulations. You can find more on what you can do on our website, valleynewslive.com.
Take it easy on the road. A sobriety checkpoint is planned for tonight and tomorrow night in Grand Forks County. The Highway Patrol and Sheriff's deputies are teaming up to catch people who have been drinking too much and are risking it on the road. Through mid-May, there have been 25 fatal crashes on North Dakota roads, resulting in 30 fatalities. 11 of these fatalities are related to crashes involving alcohol.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, another year with a virtual remembrance of a Memorial Day tradition.
And we started this day out on a chilly note. Take a look at this old thermometer here. It was cold down near 20 in Carp. Nicole, thanks for sharing your photo. We enjoyed some sunshine today. Temperatures didn't feel too bad. I'll have details on what you can expect for your holiday weekend. Hour by hour forecast is next.